Spanish 1. Okay, Mr. Hall. It took me a while, but now I understand that adjectives or description words generally follow nouns. We say Rio Grande, river big. Chico importante, important boy. And I understand that forms of numbers, forms of good, and forms of bad go in front, which is why we say dos chicos, and we say buenas tardes. But Mr. Holt, sometimes for one, we say uno, and sometimes we just say I'm confused by why sometimes we say and sometimes we say uno. Sometimes we say bueno, and sometimes we say buen. Sometimes we say malo for bad, and sometimes we say mal. Why do the words uno, bueno, and malo shorten? Well, let's think. Adjectives generally follow except for uno, bueno, and malo. They're tricky, they're important. When do uno, bueno, and malo shorten? When does uno shorten down to When it's followed by one male thing. Un chico, un libro. When does bueno shorten down to buen? When it's followed by one male thing. Buen chico, buen amigo. And when does malo shorten down to mal? When it's followed by one male thing. Oh, I get it. Uno, bueno, malo always go in front of the noun. And they shorten when they're followed by one male thing. Uno shortens down to yep. Bueno shortens down to buen, yep. And malo shortens down to mal, yep. So let's look at this. Adjectives generally follow except for uno, bueno, malo. And uno, bueno, malo shorten when they're followed by one male thing. Let's look at number 1. One girl. Una chica. Why didn't it shorten down to Because chica is female, so it doesn't shorten. It goes in front, but it's una chica. Let's look at number 2. One boy. What does uno shorten down to Why did it shorten? Because boy is one male thing. So when it's followed by one male thing, uno shortens down to When it's followed by one male thing, bueno shortens down to buen, and when it's followed by one male thing, malo shortens down to mal. So a good ball. Una buena pelota. Why does good go in front? Because it's a form of good. Why didn't it shorten? Because it's not followed by one male thing. But a good boy. Is a boy one male thing? Yes. So, bueno shortens down to buen. Malo would shorten down to mal. And the last two. A bad book. Okay? Is bad going to go in front? Yes. What are the 3 adjectives that go in front? Forms of good, bad, and numbers. Okay? Now, does it shorten? Yes, because book is one male thing. But Mr. Holt, book isn't a person. But book is one male thing. So if the word ends in O, uno is going to shorten down to malo is going to shorten down to mal, and bueno is going to shorten down to buen. Let's look at the last one. A bad magazine. Una mala revista. Why does mala go in front? Because it's a form of bad. Why didn't it shorten? Remember, uno, bueno, and malo only shorten when they're followed by one male thing. So let's go back to the top. Adjectives generally follow except for uno, bueno, and malo. When do uno, bueno, and malo shorten? When they're followed by one male thing.